So here I am waiting for my FUT procedure. I'm in the Farjo Institute in Manchester. I took a train up from London, which is where I live. Dr. Farjo is just drawn on the line. You can see I've been given a Valium sedative and some anti-inflammatory tablets as well. I'm just waiting for that to kick in and then I'm going to go through to the surgery. I am happy to be having this done, but half of me is saying I can't believe I'm back here again 1 year later, but I just want to have it over and done with. So it's going to be much shorter than the FUE process. It's going to be 4 or 5 hours, so that's a relief. So yeah, I'm just just happy. I just want to get this done, and hopefully it's going to be a great result. I did want to do some filming when they're actually inserting the hairs on my phone, but I'm not allowed to take my phone into the surgery, which makes sense, so I'll try and update as we're going along. So quick update, I think we're about halfway through the procedure. Doesn't look very pretty, but it's actually been pain-free. I've been comfortable throughout, and it's been a lot quicker than I thought. So I'm a bit spaced out because I've had some Valium tablets, but it's gone really well. Hasn't been painful really. I wouldn't say there's been any discomfort at all. So I'm going to go right back now because I don't want to delay this operation. I'm just having a quick break, having something to eat, and then go back. Okay. Hi, so I'm back home after the procedure. It's 10:30 p.m. So I took the train back from Manchester. I don't know how clearly you can see this, but you can see the area where the transplant took place. I'm still a little bit groggy because of the anaesthetic and the painkillers. Yeah, I want to be as truthful as possible, and I don't want to gloss over anything because I want this video to help people who are considering this. So I want to be as honest as possible. So I can't remember if it's 10 centimeters or 12 centimeters, a cut in the back which has been stitched up with stitches which will dissolve in 2 weeks. So I've got that on the back of my head, and I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't hurt. It's not like extreme pain where you think you're going to die, but it is painful. So I've got painkillers. I've just taken one now. I'm waiting for that to kick in. So I've got cocodamol 500 milligram tablets. They've given me anti-inflammatory tablets, which are called, that's what they've given me anyway. I have this spray which I think is saline. You have to keep the grafts wet, so I've just sprayed this on now. So every 4 hours you have to spray this on. The operation is not actually painful. I had a Valium before the operation started and halfway through, because last time the anaesthetic didn't work on me, so they especially did that. So it's not painful. When the surgeon is taking the strip out of the back of your head, you don't feel pain, but you do feel like a tearing sensation. You can feel the knife cutting the skin. You don't feel pain, so it's kind of like a bit of a you know, a strange feeling, but it's not painful. I would advise anyone who wants to have an FUT procedure, don't YouTube a video and watch it being done, because that's what I did and it freaked me out. And this morning my heart was racing and I was thinking, oh my god, I wish I never saw that video. You don't need to see how this is done. All right, it's good to understand it or maybe look at diagrams, but when you actually see a doctor cutting open the back of someone's head and pulling the skin out, you know, they cut a strip of 1 centimetre by 10 centimetres or 12 centimetres, however long, and they work it out by every square centimetre has 200 hair follicles on it. So that's how they calculate how many they need. So I've just taken a painkiller now, so the pain of the stitches has gone down. The front area here is totally numb. It feels like I'm wearing a like a motorbike helmet when I touch top of my head, I can't. It's weird. It's like it's not my head. I can't feel anything. Very strange sensation. And you can probably see my forehead is totally swollen up. Like I look like an alien. It's really uncomfortable. But they told me not to put ice on it yet. Not to start icing it till tomorrow morning. So to sleep, I need to be at a 45-degree angle. So you can't just lay flat. You've got to be almost sleeping upright. So I'm just going to arrange my cushions now to do that. Hopefully I can get some sleep. They told me that the painkiller will probably knock me out anyway and help me to sleep. So I hope it does. And that's it. Yeah, so it's done. I'm relieved that it's done. I'm glad it's done. Okay, so this is 24 hours after my transplant. I've been able to wash the back, the donor area. Not really wash, but you're just allowed to put some shampoo on it really gently and then rinse it off without rubbing it with a towel. So I'm not going to show you the stitches at the back until everything is more settled. I think I don't want to be upsetting the area. So the front is, as you can see, it's still red. It's kind of developing into kind of a scabby area, but it's not sore. The anaesthetic at the front has worn off. I have slight sensation at the front. The top of my head is still numb. I still have anaesthetic there, obviously. The back, where the cut was made, was a little bit difficult to sleep last night because of that, but I took a painkiller. It knocked me out, but every half hour or so I did wake up because I was aware of the pillow kind of pushing against it and I had to adjust it. But nothing is really painful. My forehead's still swollen, not as bad as last night where I looked like an alien, but the anti-inflammatory tablets I'm taking in the morning, they seem to be doing a good job. So still a bit swollen here, but there's no major pain. So I've just washed my hair now and tried to keep the front area dry because you can't wash that for 72 hours. So I still have to wait to wash that. So it's difficult to just wash the back without getting the front wet, but hopefully it's not too bad. So yeah, it's going well. I will make another update tomorrow. So it's been 48 hours now. If you can see, the grafts are kind of turning scabby now. So they're turning into kind of little scabs. They're not painful. My forehead is still swollen. Top of my head is still numb. It was difficult sleeping last night because the cut at the back, the pressure against the pillow, even though I'm at 45 degrees, it did keep me awake. I haven't taken any more painkillers because I need to drive. So I only took one painkiller on the first night after the operation on the same day. So like I said, I need to drive, so you can't take that. You can't take cocodamol and then drive a car. So, but the pain is not unbearable, So I don't really feel that I need it. So I have taken another video of the back scar, which I'm going to show you now. In 72 hours, I've just very gently washed my hair. This is the first time I've washed the grafted area at the front. As you can see, it looks a lot cleaner. A lot of the blood has come off and the scabbiness. It feels a lot cleaner and fresher as well. It's not painful at all. I can't really feel any pain. I can just feel the stubble of the new hairs there, but it's not painful. It's still a little bit red. I'm going back to work the day after tomorrow, so I'm hoping by the day after tomorrow it will be not as visible, because I don't want anyone to notice, but I'm going to have to try and hide it with my hair or something. So today was the last day of inflammatory tablets, so hopefully I'm not going to need those anymore tomorrow. Forehead feels a little bit tender still. It's not swollen, but it still does hurt a little bit. The cut at the back is every now and then I get a twinge of pain. Not really bad pain. Again, I haven't taken any painkillers today, but every now and then I just get like a twinge of pain. It's 26 degrees in London at the moment, so it's really hot. I did just walk outside for a few seconds, and when the sun touches the grafts, it just kills. It's really painful. So I tried to wear a hat, but the hat pressed on the back, the scar on the back, so you can't really win. So if you are in a hot country and you're going to have a hair transplant, you would need to figure out how you're going to keep out the sun. This is the scar at the back of my head. This is 72 hours post-op. No idea whether you can see this clearly or not. This is the 4th day. The clinic said that I would be able to sleep without being propped up at 45 degrees last night. But that wasn't true. It was too painful to sleep. So I didn't sleep well at all. The problem is that when you lay down, the pressure on the grafts, it hurts. And the cut at the back, it's not just the back, the cut comes around slightly to the side. So when you're laying down, you also get pressure there. Way too painful. I didn't sleep well last night at all. Today, it was 30 degrees here in London. I was going around with a hat to protect, the hair. But the pressure even though it was a baggy hat, the pressure from the hat on the grafts and on the cut at the back, really painful. I've taken a couple of paracetamol, 500 milligram, but compared to the cocodamol, they haven't done anything at all. So today has been the most painful day. It's not been a good day. I think also the anaesthetic has totally worn off now. The right hand side of my head is slightly numb here, but everything else has gone back to normal. So I'm feeling the pain. Obviously, I've had a slice of the back of my scalp taken away, so there's going to be pain. Compared to the FUE procedure that I had done last year, this is more than double as painful, because literally after 3 days I was able to sleep again, just lying down flat, and the pain had subsided more. This is much more painful. So the grafts, I've just washed my hair now for the 2nd time. You can see the grafts are looking a lot better. I should point out that when I had this procedure on Tuesday, the surgeon planted the grafts among my hair. He didn't shave the strip of hair at the front and then do it like what normally happens, because this was the 2nd time I had it done. And one of the most difficult things for me after the last transplant I had was that I had this shaved strip of hair which I had to disguise. So obviously it's bloody and everything, but even then when the grafts fall out, then you have to kind of try and disguise it, and I really didn't want to do that. So it doesn't look so bad now because my hair is mixed in with the grafts, so I can kind of push it forward and disguise it a little bit. It's not too bad. But if you have a traditional FUT or FUE, then it's likely that the doctor will insist on shaving that strip off. So I didn't mention that. So I also didn't mention I had 1,300 grafts in the end. The surgeon was expecting to get 1,000 grafts from the strip, but he got 300 more. So that was a bonus. This is the morning of the 5th day after the operation. So this is Sunday morning. It's 4 AM in the morning. I have not slept at all. The cut on the back of my head is so painful. I've taken a cocodamol like half an hour ago, and I thought it would help me sleep, but it hasn't. It's basically there's no way of being comfortable when you have a cut on the back of your head, plus you have the grafts here and here. There's literally zero position where you can be comfortable. And I'm supposed to be getting up in a couple of hours and going to work. So I had no idea this operation would be so painful. Hi, this is the night of day 5. You can see I've just washed my hair. You can see the scabs are looking a lot better. They're not as dark and they're not really bloody at all. They're looking okay. So today has not been a good day at all. I feel like someone has smacked me on the back of the head with a big stick. Really painful. The cut at the back is really painful. I've taken painkiller, but I still have these twinges of pain, which is really unpleasant. I went to work today. I managed to, disguise the top just by messing my hair up, and I don't think anyone realised I've had a hair transplant. But taking painkillers and being at work is not a good mix. So I would advise anyone who's having a transplant to. I took 5 days off work, but I don't think that's enough. I take a full 7 days off, unless you're just going to an office job where you can just sit there, or you work on your own and it's easy. So yeah, today's been painful. Sleeping is very difficult last night. I also have a tightness now, like my forehead and where the grafts are. It feels like I have like really tight elastic across my head. So every time I lift my eyebrows, I can feel this tightness, which is quite unpleasant. This is day 6. The scabs are peeling, so there's skin coming off. It kind of looks a little bit like dandruff. The back of my head has been hurting again today. So today is the 6th day, so I suppose, to be fair, it hasn't even been a week yet. If anyone tells you that a hair transplant is not painful, then they are blatantly lying. So I still have this pain at the back of my head. But the good thing is that I slept last night. I was able to literally lay on the side of my head and sleep normally. So I had a good night's sleep last night. Not feeling good during the day just because I get twinges of pain and just don't feel like myself. Hi, so this is day 7. This has been a very long week. So I had the operation last Tuesday and now it is Tuesday again. So if you have a look at the grafts, you can see pretty much it's not that detectable. You can't necessarily tell that I've had a hair transplant. You can see that there are little white flakes of skin. It looks like dandruff where the skin is starting to come off. But to be honest, it kind of looks like I've shaved the front of my hair. I do feel more confident about just going to work or whatever. I don't think it's evident that I've had a hair transplant done. So yeah, that's good. So it's still incredibly difficult to sleep because the cut on the back is still painful. So even after 7 days, this is quite majorly painful. One of the things I have been looking into is I still have a numbness on the top right hand side of my head here. So I thought this was anaesthetic, but actually what this is that during the FUT procedure, they can potentially cut nerve fibres. Now that's not fatal because the nerves, they repair themselves, and it takes a few days for you to get sensation back again. But I think that's what's happened here. So just on this section here, it feels numb, but everywhere else, feeling has returned. The other thing that I didn't mention is that I bought some collagen tablets. So these are 1,000 milligram marine collagen tablets, and they're meant to be for, to make you look younger, because collagen makes your skin kind of, it makes it more puffy, it kind of makes it have more elastic. So my thinking is that the size of the scar, the FUT scar, is dependent on the elasticity of your skin. So the more elastic your skin is, then the narrower the scar. So my theory is that if you take collagen, then collagen is what makes your skin elastic, so that's hopefully going to enable the scar to be thinner. this is my theory, and I'm just going to try it out. So these are $9.99 each, so you know it's not like they're expensive. I'm trying them anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to post this first week diary on YouTube, so the video doesn't get too long, but I'm going to keep updating every couple of weeks on the journey. So thanks for watching, and you can subscribe, and again I really hope this is helping people. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. Yeah, and leave your comments below. Thanks.